Good morning and welcome to Tom Speed's Network Marketing Gym for Success, where every day I help you transform those network marketing skills to network marketing muscles. Good morning, home business owners, small business entrepreneurs, network marketers. Are you struggling with, going out there and building your business and, getting the results that you're looking for, the reason you leverage social media, but for some reason you're just not getting the results that you expected? Are you struggling? Do you find yourself not performing the actions that you need to on a regular basis to move your network marketing business forward? See, what I want to talk about today in today's gym exercise, I want to talk about, it's time to delete that program that you're operating with, the program of failure, the program that's keeping you from that network marketing success, that program that's built in that you're actually utilizing, that's actually working against you in your network marketing business. What is that program? Basically what that program is, it's actually a part of your brain. It's known as the reticular activating system. And what this reticular activating system does is it actually is the filter which allows certain things in and certain things to resonate and certain things to actually, make sense, to certain things, to information to come forward and become part of the what you're thinking about and what you're doing and things like that. See, we're inundated with information from our senses on a daily basis. We're inundated with so much information. What happens is the reticular activating system, it's located in the base of the cerebellum, it actually, it becomes a filter, trying to filter out the noise, the stuff that we don't need, okay, and just key in on what we do need, things that we, are focusing on, information that we're looking for. That type of stuff. This is what happens. Our reticular activator will focus on this. See, one of the key things you have to understand is as you're going forward and you're trying to build your business and you don't seem to be getting those results, do you ever find yourself with some of that negative self-talk about, hey, listen, this business is tough, it's cutthroat, there's a lot of competition, or, I can't do this, or, people don't have the money, people don't have the time. All these types of negative self-talk, negative beliefs that you continuously rehash in your mind. Sometimes you actually say them out loud even, and you go over and over and over again. And what happens is you're actually setting yourself up for failure because you're programming this information into your mind to be fact, to be become a reality. See, what happens is your reticular activator is one of the things it's allowing this data to come in. It's sorting through that information. A good analogy of how this works is, have you ever went out and bought a new car or something like that, something that you've been thinking about and you've been researching about, and what happens is you go out and you buy that new car. And the day you bought that car, you thought, wow, this is going to be great. I'm probably one of the only ones around with this particular model and this color and stuff. No sooner you're on your drive home from the dealer, you seem to pass half a dozen of the identical car. You're wondering to yourself, what is it? Did the dealer just have a blowout sale on these things? Where did these all come from? All of a sudden they appeared. And the reason they appeared is because your focus was on that. And this is why they picked up that information, why they actually registered now and they didn't register before. And so what happens is your reticular activator is looking for supporting data that supports the information that you're seeking, that you're focusing on. So what happens is it's going to do whatever it can to give you that supporting data. That's why it allows you to see that car. It allows that recognition in through our senses. See, it's sorting through all that data that we're absorbing on a daily basis, all that information. If we absorbed all that into our mind would be a pile of junk. We'd have so much stuff in there we couldn't think of anything. But the reticular activator allows us to key in on these things. So what happens now, though, is as we're going forward, as you're focusing on the wrong things, you're focusing on the things like, the negative beliefs and the negative that people can't do this and people won't do this, I can't find that, this business isn't going to work, it's not growing the way I thought it would. What's going to happen is your reticular activating system is going to do whatever it can to find supporting data to that. So it's going to start picking out the things that actually continuously support those negative beliefs. And this is why it becomes difficult for you to struggle. It becomes a struggle for you to move forward. And you find these things, these limiting beliefs popping up more and more and more. And you find things substantiating it. So that's like, you're going out there trying to build your network marketing business. You're looking for new people. People don't have the money. People don't have the time. People don't believe in this industry. People don't believe they can do it. People get in and do nothing. Well, what happens is you start finding supporting data for this, and your subconscious, your reticular activator, start looking for it. They start seeking it, and they start, all that information that's out there. Now that's the stuff that starts coming to you. This is the information that you're starting to pick up on, which continuously reinforces these beliefs, which keeps you out of the game, which keeps you from moving forward in your business. See, the thing is, in order to move forward and be successful, you've got to change that programming. You've got to change those beliefs, those negative beliefs, those limiting beliefs, the self-doubt. These are all issues that come up. And what happens is the reason these come up is because it's our subconscious, which is trying to keep us from performing these tasks, because it doesn't see us as that person who needs it. In other words, our subconscious is controlling what we do 95% of the day. Our subconscious controls that. Our conscious mind is responsible for only about 5%. So what happens is our subconscious is running on a program. It's the only way it can run, right? It's running on a program which is based upon our past. It's based upon our past, who we are, based upon everything that's happened up until today. In other words, everything that's happened up until today has created who you are, created your situation, created your circumstances, created your being. What happens is that personal reality has a specific comfort zone that it operates in. Your subconscious wants to keep you there. And when you venture out, that's when it starts to throw in those negative beliefs, self-doubt, procrastination, all this stuff. Now what happens is, by you continuously focusing on this, your reticular activator starts to develop and starts to find supporting data for all this. It doesn't find the supporting data for the others, for the good. It's finding supporting data for the reasons to fail. And this is why you continuously struggle over and over and over again, because you're operating with a program of failure, whether you realize it or not. See, the key is where you place your focus is where all your energy goes. So the key is you've got to stop as you find yourself coming up with these negative thoughts, these limiting beliefs. You've got to cut them off. You've got to cut them off and flip them around the other way. Turn them just the opposite and then continue them. And that's going to start to change things up, because what will happen is you'll start to be programming that reticular activator to be finding supporting data for the fact that business is great, the business is abundant. There's a lot of people out there looking for my business. There's a lot of people out there looking for what I have, and this is the key, is once you understand this, now your reticular activator is actually absorbing the information that it needs to support that information, what you focused on. So if you focused on the fact that there are a lot of people who could use your product, service, or opportunity, it's going to start to find them for you. See, a lot of the stuff you do through your day, only certain things resonate with you. And the reason is it's that reticular activator is not letting that other stuff in. But think of what your business would look like if it was keyed in on things to support your success, things that move your business forward rather than reverse. See, it's all about learning how to control the parts of us that run automatically. If we can learn how to tap into that and control this and put this to our advantage, this is where you're going to start to see results. Another place the reticular activator comes in place is, reading a book. Reading a book. You ever struggle reading a book, trying to absorb information? Well, what happens is what you focus on is where that reticular activator is. It's going to pick up certain data off of each page, but that's it. It's not absorbing the entire page. It's only absorbing the information that's critical to what you're trying to gain out of that book. The key is same thing. I'm sure you've put a book down before and picked it up in 6 months and it looks like someone rewrote it. It's the same book. It's just that now your reticular activator is keyed in on something else. So that different data is going to come in. It's about learning how to use the physiological responses that are built into you to actually start to get that success. Once you understand how this all works, once you understand how, like, between your subconscious and your reticular activator, how you can start to program these things to actually start to find you that success that you're looking for. See, if your reticular activator has been programmed with, these businesses are tough, I can't get anywhere, like nobody wants to do this, I can't find the time, it's constantly going to be looking for that supporting data to it. The reticular activating system, it's something you definitely want to check out. You want to do some research on it yourself if you're interested, but it's basically the filter. It's what allows certain information in and what doesn't allow other information in. The key is, what information are you allowing in? And then what happens is it goes out and it keys in. In other words, it becomes alert. Good morning, Helen. Thanks for jumping on. Somebody else is on too. Who's that? Oh, Jason. How's it going, buddy? In other words, it's about the reticular activator becoming aware of what you're looking for, but now that's going out trying to seek out supporting data to that belief. And when it finds it, it allows that in. And what happens is, when you have all these negative beliefs and self-doubt, your reticular activator is keyed in on that, and it's going to do whatever it can to find supporting data for that. That's why we've got to learn how to, whenever we find ourselves starting to speak that negative belief or negative thought or limiting beliefs, we've got to turn that around. Don't complete that phrase. Don't complete that sentence. Turn it around. We want to journal. We want to journal what these are, so that we can become aware and we can actually create other sayings that are just the opposite, that will actually take that saying and make it a one of positivity. Started this. Yeah, it's definitely worth doing there, Helen. You definitely want to listen to him. That's where I got a lot of what I go through. Is I get it from Joe. It's powerful stuff. The reticular activating system, it's something that I've just picked up, I just started to learn more about recently, and it's pretty powerful. It actually, it's one of the controlling factors of what we do. It's a little tiny piece of our mind, but what it allows to happen is controlling what actually gets in. And this is one of the crucial elements. And if you allow this to be controlling the wrong stuff to get in, this is why you feel like you're struggling. This is why you just stop prospecting. This is why you stop moving your business forward, because you found so much supporting data to those negative beliefs and self-doubt that's what's keeping you out of the game. But the key is, you've got to change that through your vision. Once you create a better vision, you'll start to eliminate some of those other things, the limiting beliefs and self-doubt and negative self-talk. And once you stop that, then what happens is you start to feed your reticular activator the information that you're looking to find more about, to support your success in your network marketing business, rather than condemning your failure, rather than supporting and creating your failure. It's basically about reprogramming, and that's all it comes down to. If you're interested in a little bit more, feel free to reach out, hit me up. But the key is, it's something I wanted to make you aware of today, that reticular activator. It's actually going to go out there and find supporting data for all those limiting beliefs that you have. So clean up what your self-talk is. Clean up those limiting beliefs. And we do this through visualization, okay? Need to better feed. Right. Feed it better information, right. It's where we focus on. It's how we focus, what we start to put in. If we're looking for that data, it's like doing a search on your computer. If you do a Google search on, red cars, it's going to bring you up red cars. It's not going to bring you up a black car. You know what I'm saying? You've got to feed it the information. What are you looking to get? Well, let's key that in on it. You start using some of the parts, the tools and the things that we're given for our success rather than for our failure. This is where it all starts to play out. But the key is, most people aren't even aware that this goes on. This is something that you can actually put to your benefit. Start putting to use for your success. And it all begins and ends with your vision. That's where you start to create that success vision. And now what happens is, you're going to start feeding your reticular activator the proper things to key in, to start bringing the right things to you. So this is why you always hear people say, that stuff will be brought to you, but it's not that stuff is brought to you. It's just that you've become aware of it. because before you were blinded to it. There was no reason to see it. There was no reason for it to get in, that information to get in. Sensory overload. Sensory overload. We can't exist like that. That's what the reticular activator is doing. It's keeping that sensory overload. What happens is it's allowing the stuff that we want to focus in to get in. And that's why we got to clean up that negative self-talk, those negative beliefs, and all that kind of stuff. And then you'll start to see some results. But the key is, it's like everything else. You've got to put time and effort into it. You know, I can't tell you I've got a course settle, you can take it and next week you'll be a different person. No, it's going to take time. It's taken time for you to get to this point. It's going to take time for you to get back. But the key is, you can start putting these skills to work now and get the results that you're looking for. Think about that. Programming your reticular activator to key in on supporting data that you've made a great choice. Network marketing is great. The way you're building your business on social media, it's fantastic. You're getting all the leads you're looking for. All these things, and what happens is now these things are going to start to show up. It's things to support that information is going to start to appear. Not appear, because it's already there. You're going to start to see it. And this is where you start to get that success. But until you start keying in on these things, you're going to continuously be keying in on the things of the past, the beliefs, those negative beliefs, the keying in on that. Your life is too busy to do this. Well, you know what? It's going to find more supporting data to that. Think of what you're doing. Think of how every time you have that thought, think of the overall impact that can have once you understand where it's going, where that thought's going, and what it's doing, how it's setting you up for failure. Thanks again for getting on Tom Speed's Network Marketing Gym, where every day my vision is focused on your success to help you achieve that time freedom and the financial freedom. But the key is, it's about you taking action. All these exercises are totally useless knowledge. The only valuable knowledge is applied knowledge that has you taking action, moving forward, and getting results. Anything else is nothing more than theory. Without implementation, knowledge is nothing more than theory and hearsay and conjecture. No value. Okay, you've got to take action. Action takers are success makers. I see them in my inbox. I see them on the company stages. I see them on the way to the top. Where will I see you? Will I see you taking action? See, the key is today's exercise. You might want to make some other people aware of the fact that this reticular activator, and that negative self-talk and all these doubts are actually keeping them from that success, and how they can start to change that up. There's a way with the buttons down below where you can actually get this video to them. Maybe it'd be a wise decision. If you're getting any information, any help from any of what I do here at the gym, smash that heart button. Let me know that it's coming through. But think about this. The ability that you have, just with the tools that we're given in our mind, to actually set yourself up for success. But the key is, in order to do so, we've got to eradicate that program of failure that you're operating with. This is why you feel like you're just not getting anywhere, because you can't. Your energy and your focus is on all the wrong things. Turn that around the other way. Start using the tools we have for your success rather than to create your failure. See, it's a total paradigm shift when you understand we all have the ability for that success. It's just a matter of turning it around and using what we've got for the success rather than letting it control the failure. Simple, effective, and it works. Thanks again for getting on. Happy Wednesday. Wealth Wednesdays. What do we do on Wealth Wednesdays? I got this from my mentor, Ray Higdon. Wealth Wednesdays. Okay, we go out and we pay it forward today. We go out and we help eliminate that scarcity mindset. Buy someone a cup of coffee, buy them that lunch, buy them that dinner, pay for their toll. Still random acts of kindness, but we're putting a couple of bucks behind it. Why? Because it's going to improve your abundant mindset when it comes to money. It's going to improve other people's abundance mindset. It's going to help eliminate that scarcity mindset that people have about money. And it's going to make someone's day. And they're going to pay it forward. And they're going to pay it forward. Just think what will happen. I love Wealth Wednesdays. I actually implement this on Wednesdays and on Fridays, but Wealth Wednesdays is where my mentor Ray Higdon started it. But think about it. Go out there, have a great day. Go out there, take this knowledge, start implementing it. Do some research on your own. Dig in, find out what that reticular activator is. If you need more clarity on it, reach out. I'll be more than happy to give you some points to look to. And the key is, you got to start using the tools we have. Start creating that vision of your success. That'll start giving you the right data to program that reticular activator with. Think about this. See how these pieces all work together? You think we're built the way we are, just rare chance? No, everything has a purpose. And it's learning how to use that to your advantage. Thanks for getting on. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.